Hi friends, Miss Lisa here. This morning I put on a video about the blue jays coming to get peanuts, and in the background you could see, maybe, it was a long ways away, so there was a squirrel on the feeder. Very hard to see him though because he was so far away, so I thought I'd come back outside and watch my squirrels, and just so happens there's two of them there right now. One is eating the corn that's on the ground, and the other one is sitting on the feeder eating the corn. And as you can see, they use their hands to hold the corn so they can bite into it and get the soft part out of the middle. And they really like the corn. And they both have long fluffy tails, and those tails are really helpful for a squirrel because they use that tail for balance when they're climbing, when they're up on a tree limb, tree branch. And sometimes I've even seen the squirrel go up on my power line, and they go right across the power line, but I know the tail is helping them balance so they don't fall off. I've also seen a squirrel on the top of a fence, and they walk along the top of the fence, and that tail is very helpful for their balance when they're doing that as well. So the squirrel feeder has mostly corn, but it does have a few peanuts, and it has some raisins, and those are the things that the squirrel really likes to eat. I do have peanuts out still for the blue jays. They are not coming right now to eat, but when they do, they will have peanuts. And while I was sitting here before I started this video, one of these squirrels had snuck between my house and my garage, and he came around and stole a peanut. And then he took it out in the yard, and he dug a hole with his hands while he had the peanut in his mouth, and he buried the peanut in the dirt and then used his hands to cover it back up again. I don't know how they remember where they bury them all, but they do. I'm surprised we don't have peanut trees growing in our yard. So squirrels will eat off the ground, and they also like to eat right out of the feeder like the other one is doing. And above this squirrel on the feeder, you can see that I have a thing with corn hanging on it, corn on the cob, and it spins, and it's fun to watch them try to get the corn off of that. When it spins, it moves, so they have to really use their balance to get that corn. But it's kind of fun to watch them do that too. But see how they use their hands? They use their hands just like we do. They turn the corn in their hands, and then they hold it so they can eat it. Sometimes there's as many as 4 to 6 squirrels out here, and they take turns on the feeder. Some might try to get the corn off of the spinny one, or there's another one over here that kind of is a bouncy squirrel thing. I got 2 cobs of corn on that one, and they jump up and they grab onto the cob of corn, and then they try to pull a kernel off before they fall off. It's pretty funny. Sometimes they're up on the tree and they reach out, stretch out to reach it with their front paws, and then get the corn off of it that way. So squirrels are pretty awesome. I enjoy watching the squirrels too. Sometimes I have a woodpecker that comes to check out the corn. He doesn't necessarily eat the corn, but he does come around. He's usually pecking on the tree, like I said before, and looking for bugs. But so maybe today when you go outside to look for birds and listen, using your senses to listen for the birds, you can see if there's any squirrels in your yard and what they're doing. Sometimes these two chase each other, so I think they know each other. And it's fun to watch them running around and chasing each other and playing. Right now they're just really focused on eating because it's kind of cold still. So squirrels need a lot of food to keep warm and keep healthy. So there you go. It's a little bit better shot of the squirrels and how they use their hands like we do to eat. Oh, he went on the other side of the tree. Let's see what this guy is doing. He's down on the ground. Where'd he go? Oh, there he went. There he is. So maybe he'll go up on the feeder now that the other one left. See, he's using his hands too, just like we do. to pick that stuff up off the ground. So pretty awesome. Squirrels are awfully fun to watch. Well, have a good afternoon, and I will see you again soon. Bye.